Everybody understand that?
All right.
Everybody got that?
All right.
Read on.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yeah, it was out there sneaking in people's houses and passing letters under the table. Best friends, waiting for the best friend to leave and telling his wife what he did yesterday, and you need a man like me. I love you better. Like, why does he teach you like this? I'll pay your rent. Right? Calling you all, you're a diamond. He treats you like you're nothing. You're a diamond. Here go the simple, evil Eve. He ain't right. Again, how's somebody going to love you that don't love God, okay? Obviously, if this person is trying to sleep with somebody's wife, they don't love God. Right? Read on.
Thou shalt not steal.
Yeah, this is what was going on. Breaking in houses, okay? Home invasions, okay? Thugs coming in, okay, with clubs, okay? Christ was addressing all these issues, okay? They was in a wicked society. They was among the white man, okay? That's where it get the worst. Okay, we should know. We among this evil, this demon, okay? Everybody understand that? This is his way. Read on.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Lying on each other. Betrayers going to court and testifying against each other. Read on.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Yeah, and just completely disrespectful to their parents. Huh? All of this stuff was the thing of the age. Remember, again, all Christ was teaching. He ain't just say this, he was teaching on it. He was saying that the Pharisees and Sadducees was letting people get away that was disrespecting their parents, as long as they gave them a gift. He said the Pharisees and Sadducees would hear the case and say, give a gift, and it would be over. So this is what was prominent. And we're talking about, again, people that was in the truth. So why didn't he mention the other ones? Because they were keeping the other ones. Besides the last commandment, the 10th commandment. Read on.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Okay, so that's also the first commandment as well. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy soul. The second is like unto it. But before I go into that, we're going to go to the last commandment, which was thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, which he didn't mention that. Okay? But that all is within the ones he did mention. Go to Exodus chapter 20 and get the last commandment of covetousness. Tell them where you at.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Okay, that leads that. If you coveting your neighbor's house, desiring something that belongs to him, man, they got a nice house. I wish I had that house. That leads to stealing. That's what that leads to. You sitting up there in your mind thinking that they shouldn't have it, you should have it, okay? The thought of sin has to be conceived as a thought first, or begins as a thought first before the action. Read on.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
That leads to adultery. Okay, obviously you want this and that. Damn, look at his wife. I wish I had that. Go ahead.
Nor his manservant.
Go ahead.
Nor his maidservant.
Read on.
Nor his ox. Nor his ass. Nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
And all of that is going into loving your neighbor as yourself. Here it is, you want to take something from somebody. Would you like somebody to do that to you? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So let's go back to where we was at. The last one he mentioned was love thy neighbor as thyself. Read that again.
Verse 19. Honor thy
Give
father.
the whole chapter in the verse where you at.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 19.
Read.
honor thy father and thy mother.
Read on.
And thou shalt love thy neighbor.
And thou shalt do what?
Love thy neighbor.
Read on.
As thyself.
That's the second greatest commandment connected to the first. Why is that the commandment? When you go to Genesis chapter 9, verse 6, the scriptures tell you that man was made in the image of God. This is why you cannot just deal with man any kind of way. The scripture says, whoso sheddeth man blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. So you got to love him like you love yourself. Let's go to 1 John chapter 4, and this is what I was talking about earlier. 1 John chapter 4. And you give me James chapter 3. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. Read that for me, please.
If a man say, I love God,
read on,
and hateth his brother,
read on,
he is a liar.
Everybody see that? You're a liar. And it's vice versa. Nobody can say they love you and they don't love God. I mean, that's supposed to be common sense to you. Read on.
For he that loveth not his brother,
read on,
whom he hath seen,
read on,
how can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
Read on.
At this commandment have we, and this commandment have we from him.
Read on.
That he who loveth God,
read on,
love his brother also.
It's connected. The two commandments are like one another. If you love God, then you have to love your neighbor as yourself. Let's go to James chapter 3. James chapter 3, verse 10. Read.
Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing.
Yeah, what's going on? Again, it's not saying that you're not supposed to say blessings and curses, but you're not supposed to say blessings and curses for the same individual. You can't want them to be blessed one minute and curse the next. Okay, what is that? Yeah, that's not supposed to come out of the same mouth towards, if you're saying you love somebody, how you saying you hate them? Like if you're saying you hate Esau, how you going to come back and say you love him? Like, what the hell is that? The hell is that? Know who do that? Esau do that. I got to be like, I love you. I love everybody. But you don't know me, you liar. You damn liar. You going to love somebody. You a liar. Then when they get behind closed doors, black niggers, thugs and hoodlums. James 3, read it one more time.
Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing.
We're in verse 10. Read on.
My brethren, these things ought not so to be.
Everybody see that? Let's go to verse 9. Read verse 9.
Therewith blessed we God.
Read on.
Even the Father.
So we do the blessing for God, even the Father. Read on.
And therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God.
This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be blessing the name of God. Abanawa ba'ashem Yahweh. And then cussing each other out. There's something, again, this is the truth. This is the truth. There's something in Israel that's common. It's called the blessing. We greet each other with it. Shalom. Abanawa ba'ashem Yahweh. Barak. Barakatha. But then when he didn't pay you back the $10, he's like, you damn nigga, you better give me my goddamn $10. No, listen, I'm going to have to lay hands on you. Some people be losing it. They be losing it. They be losing it, right? This is only in the truth. Read on.
Verse 10. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing.
Give me verse 9 again.
Therewith blessed we God, even the Father, and therewith curse we men.
Read on.
Which are made after the similitude of God.
This is why you got to take it easy on Israelites in the truth, because you got to realize that that's the image of God. Christ said, whatever you do unto these, the least of these of my little ones, you do it unto me. Okay, all of that is personal. Personal. If you love them so much that he died for them, how about that? Okay, if you love him so much that he died for him, what makes you think you're going to get away with the mistreatment of him? The scriptures tell you that there's no greater love than that, right? He that have an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches.